Dude, he was all over that guy.
Wow, dude. Breaking out the Charles Dickens here in the grand finals. Thank you, Trent.
I just love the big play when he went in. Like, they didn't get a kill. They were pushing the tier 3 at the top lane, and he gets the Doom off, and then you're just like, he's just dead. He goes into trees, but he perfectly refreshers and blinks out. You don't always just refresher to blink out. Like,
no.
You don't.
And it was good. He'd already used the Doom, so it's like he's still refreshing the Doom, but
exactly. Just a good play.
That fight was kind of scary, though, at the same time, though, because it was like, geez, it's really hard for everyone else to get to this sniper. And it was one of those moments where, even though they weren't killing Medusa, it was also just kind of like, geez, I don't know if they're ever going to get the sniper. And it was still a little worrisome. But, of course, they won out. So.
Yeah. Fada also had a great game. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the Fada puck.
Yeah. No, he had a hard game.
He accelerated.
Yeah, it was really difficult for him because he started out so poor and he didn't have the Midas, and so then he had to get this Dagon, and the Dagon kind of becomes a Lincoln's popper to try and assist with the Dooms, honestly.
But it was a good item choice, right? He went Boots of Travel, Blink, just straight up into Dagon, and it did work out. It was rough, but hey, they won, right? That's the biggest thing. You bought space for your Medusa, and Peter was 0-6, I think, at 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. You win the game.
It was one of those games where it was just a lot of little moments that just went right for NIP that had they not, that game probably goes EHOME's way. Like that first time they killed the Wraith King when that snake hit like the millisecond before Wraith King died. And you're just like, if he respawns, the whole EHOME side was there. They don't get that kill. They probably end up losing a hero after, and it was just...
Yep.
But I guess we're on to another game now, aren't we?
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
Game 4.
We've got another draft here. We've got some bands that look relatively familiar. Shadow Shaman now joining the party up there. Opens up for the first pick, Nyx, and now EHOME thinking about their second pick to follow the Rubik.
I think they're thinking about the Doom.
I
was going to say, they're thinking about the... Well, they picked the Rubik is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, Snake against Medusa is also not too shabby. You know, she likes her mana.
She does. Razor, okay.
You sound surprised there, Grant.
Not surprised. Well, I'm kind of surprised it made it all the way through. I mean, this hero we've seen, it's one of the few cores you can first pick. Doesn't ever have really a bad lane, right? Even versus like a sniper, you're still going to last hit okay. You might not get a static link, but you can always put him into a side lane. More surprised he did make it through and possibly the last game of this grand finals.
So now you have a question to NIP. Are you greedy enough that you really want the Medusa or you really want the Naga? Because I think those are going to be the two bans from EHOME if you take pretty much any other hero that's not for Ace, right?
They go Quap for the Razor, I guess makes sense.
That's true. That would probably, well,
and this is what we saw NIP do in game number 1. It was the first pick Razor, and they went right into Quap Rasta.
Yeah.
This is a little scarier of a Quap pick because of the Rubik. Like, giving up a Blink to a Rubik, honestly, can just be a game changer in the early game. I mean, it's a 2,200 gold item you get for free if you steal it from her.
Didn't work for him last time, though, I suppose, eh? Oh, there's Claire.
Yep.
Coach chilling on stage.
Very serious.
They are. I mean, hey, it's crazy, right? Just one game away from this major. It feels like it was just yesterday we started. But it wasn't.
This week has gone by fast, Grant, that's for sure.
I love the Wraith King ban finally. Like, just get rid of that hero. Like, even though you are technically beating it,
it's hard.
You can see how annoying it is because that second life, you didn't even have to go the Radiance last game with the Deso. A lot of different builds for it, and the skeletons are just so annoying now that they reincarnate.
He's a very interesting form of initiation as well, and that's something that's kind of hard to get out of your one hero in a lot of games. But he's just throwing the body in there. He's saying like, this feels like a good time for my team to fight, so I'm just going to blink it and stun somebody, and it just forces an engagement. If they, a lot of heroes, you do that, you just get instantly destroyed. And then, something you can do. But for him, he just respawns.
Well, we'll see if Trent was right with his predictions. Naga and Medusa in the Phase 2 so far. Medusa, the lingering one left.
It's a grand guarantee. As much of a guarantee as that there wouldn't be a sniper.
Got him.
That's a flashback.
That is. I do like the Naga ban. I mean, we just seen it is funny. Only the two European teams really played it right, NIP and Alliance. But when they played it, you could see why. The hero farms around the map, and not only that, as you said, with Wraith King being that initiate one, like, what other hero has a complete reset as a tool than a Naga? Like, you can farm, but you also have your own escape method.
So I always go back to, she's so good with the team fights. Synergizes with a lot of different draft styles.
Well, Doom goes out. Surprisingly not picked in the first phase. It wasn't picked in the first phase in the first game.
No.
EHOME looked very relaxed right now. Almost too much so, given that...
Look, you can't even see him. He is so relaxed.
He's oozing right now. I like
Does he know there's a lever?
Relaxed.
I mean, he might as well just go for that lean back at that point,
And they banned the Morphling, actually.
All right, well, I hope Xinq's not drafted. He's hovering over a Luna right now, so he's like...
Dude, we were actually talking, me and Lacoste, what if you did put like Luna plus an Omni Knight together? Because you get the bonus strength from your W on Omni, you get the bonus stats, and you put it on a DK. You could actually give a DK like 2,000 extra HP from just the aura.
2,000?
Okay, it's 1,000, but I wanted to make it sound better than what. We actually did the math. It's like 980, but I wanted to add it so it sounded better.
Rounding up to 1,000 was already adding to it. Then you just doubled down, literally. I like it. Salesman Grant here. This is great.
Pick
lead them
DK Luna just for the HP.
I mean, you do make an interesting point, though. There are potential strategies with Luna we haven't really seen explored all that much. Compliments of the aura.
We haven't seen Luna at all this tournament, surprisingly.
I think she was actually completely untouched, dare I say.
That sounds about correct.
Yeah. There's this here. We finally saw it hit level 25, that Ice Path talent.
Tasty.
It is. And a very good... You always talk about supports who can do stuff on their own. A Jakiro obviously can go and push a tower by himself. He can push out waves with Dual Breath and his Liquid Fire. And Ice Path is honestly like an end-all, be-all, like good late-game skill for a 5 to have.
Double no defensive supports here, though. I mean, I guess I kind of consider Caught a little bit of defensive support just because like the way that he can use the ulti to counter-initiate / reset. I mean, it is very similar with that. But
speaking of defensive supports, there it is for NIP, the Oracle.
And now we're looking, I mean, we're kind of harkening back to sort of the end of the group stage, start of the playoffs, where every match draft was about this Oracle and this Centaur, and it was like, okay, who's going to find the way to get in the back line and stop this Oracle? And that's when our Nyx Assassins seem to be coming out a lot, and maybe even our Queen of Pains, right?
And Centaur now added to the lineup for EHOME.
10 seconds.
Kind of an interesting Centaur pick up here. We've seen him to counter kind of specific heroes like the Medusa, the Drow.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the thought here is maybe the Medusa or the Terrorblade, right? Because the Morphling's also banned out here as well. So that's already one hero that you'd want to get rid of if you were NIP, if you went TB here. But then at the same time, EHOME are kind of already a little bit prepared, right? They have decent heroes versus
Centaur,
TB. Yeah, Razor's kind of like a, it depends. Depends on how much control you have on NIP. Sure, because like you can kind of outrange the static link, but only if you have ways to actually curb the Razor.
I love that camera shot. 33 in the socks. I'm going to be honest. Those two felt like they have been doing so much work. Like those two actually on the 3 and 4 have done so much work this tournament, man.
Absolutely. Hard pressed to think of a moment where I was like, that was a bad game for Soxa.
Yeah, I think that last game he did have a couple suspect ward. Like he did a lot of weird wards, but once again you go back to it, as long as you win the game, you're not really having a bad game, truly.
Yeah, there were a couple worrisome ones. I think it was ones where he was just like, I'm gonna die. Wards, you know,
place
those kind of situations.
You're nervous though, because if you do place those wards, like we saw him place them at the tier 3 bottom, I thought the EHOME was just gonna like push down middle. They're like, you don't have the wards anymore. What are you gonna do? But
yeah, that was definitely a scary moment.
There's the Terrorblade. Good call, Trent.
That's a.
It feels so good with the Oracle.
TB too, yeah.
It's one of the better heroes. Like the more like ranged heroes are easier to save for Oracle because you're just an extra step removed from the fight, right? Because like the TB's already standing back, and now you as the Oracle are standing back from your Terrorblade, and you're like, they'll never find me.
It's true. We used to think of like Terrorblade Dazzle, like Shallow Grave allows him to get off the Sunder reset, but Oracle is just straight better.
Even better,
it's a better combo.
Yeah, lots of damage.
Because it allows you to get off your BKB immediately. Like, right, with Dazzle, you're still stunned. With Oracle, it's literally, you're just spamming that BKB button out of Oracle.
Yep. All right, final bans. NIP looking for an off-laner most likely.
Yeah, unless there was something they saw. Like, there was a chance, I guess, they could have moved the Queen, theoretically. But at this point, it'll definitely just be some 3/3 hero.
And EHOME looking for likely their position 1, assuming that Razor goes mid.
Yep. Even if it is like a Razor in a side lane, you're still looking like a Medusa-type hero who goes middle, just can carry the game.
Well, Templar Assassin is still available.
So they banned the Tide because they'd seen that already, I suppose. But I was wondering maybe the Brew looks kind of all right here, too.
Yeah, because NIP doesn't have the best team fight control, honestly. I mean, until Queen of Pain's level 25, that's, an hour down the road, though.
Yeah, I could get into the Brewmaster here. Feels like something that comes online early enough, make a little space, create some chaos for that Terrorblade.
The only thing is they don't have any Aura carrier. And Brew can, like, get a Vlad, but he also doesn't build any more past that, really. Like, he kind of falls off a little bit in the mid-game. In terms of like farm speed, like he doesn't like clear wave. Well, I mean he does, but you know what I mean. It's just you can't actively use it when you're splitting and everything. So, but those heroes, they've now removed the Tide Hunter. The Darkseer gets banned out in the first phase every single game. The Doom's already gone. And the other heroes we've seen will be the Omni Knight and then the Underlord, both from EHOME more so.
And I think like Omni Oracle might be a little bit overkill, because then you just have this Omni who's not really doing anything but keeping someone alive. But I guess they did just win with a solo core Medusa. Let's do it again with a Terrorblade, and you actually have a Quap now too.
And aren't NIP like basically the only team in this tournament to run Bounty Hunter in the 3? Is that crazy? Did they do 4 Bounty Hunter every game? But I think they gave them a little farm priority. They'll grab Bat Rider instead, though.
So no Aura, but more pick off to work with the Queen of Pain.
And you have someone, right? The Nyx and Bat Rider play so well together, actually. They can just go anywhere on the map they want, and they're not really scared.
They have a lot of burst damage, too. Like, if you get a lasso on someone, TB doesn't have to meta to kill them. They can use the Oracle, the Queen of Pain, and the Nyx Assassin. All have really high burst damage to help bring them down during that.
Nice core against the Bat Rider. They grabbed the Life Stealer, so certainly some prowess there.
They went pretty quick into it.
They did, and it's funny, right? Because obviously, when you think of like you would think a Life Stealer's picked, and you're like, oh, let's get a Bat, because if he rages, we can still grab it.
Terrorblade is really strong, but at the same time, if you get that level 20 talent, if you get the Radiance, suddenly Terrorblade isn't even hitting you. Even with that MKB later on, it can be problematic. So we're gonna wait and see if this Nyx is gonna be that passive one that just gets a Midas and isn't there for 30 minutes in the game, and then it's too late, or he's gonna be the passive one, but that does get that Radiance fast enough and then joins the fights and everything changes afterwards.
I don't know, the way that Ninjas in Pajamas have been playing, I feel like they're really going to take advantage of, you know, once Terrorblade has that meta up, we're going to see a lot of pressure being placed down. 33, we saw these plays that he's been making, even just on a Doom, right? Doom's not even that flashy of a hero. This time around, though, he's got himself a Bat Rider, and he's got a really good pairing with Saksa as well. You've got a lot of save. I don't know.
Yep, the Oracle plus Terrorblade, it's a good combination. Also, you have the Queen of Pain versus the Razor, so there are definitely good things for NIP, and I agree with the panel somewhat. I believe they have the stronger lineup, but at the same time, I do not believe that it's completely one-sided. I think that there are ways for EHOME to take this game, for sure.
Already showing some of that muscle in the top lane here.
Right, Bat and Nyx gonna try and bully out Never and wipe away from this bounty rune, and it looks to be successful for now.
Yeah, they'll be able to grab it up.
Saksa steals it. At the same time, Zhao 8 and Xingqiu, they take the bottom 2 bounty runes.
Go force out that rage here on the Life Stealer.
Not really what you want to be picking up level 1, but when you're playing versus Bat Rider, that rage is definitely a no-brainer, and you just take it to get rid of the napalm stacks. Also, he has the stick queued up, so he's going to get that very soon too. Overall, Jakiro and Nyx should have little to no issues versus Bat and Nyx, but we'll see. 3-3, and Saksa definitely capable to win a lane that isn't even favorable for them.
I think that Jakiro has to watch out a lot here, though, with all that stack of sticky. He's not going to be able to go and just take off those stacks.
Yeah, he has to be the one that's careful. Yeah. On the other hand, Neverend can be in front, but Jakiro, if he's out of position, it can be very problematic for him. He has a very bad turn rate. Couple that with a couple of sticky napalms, and suddenly you just can't run away.
You see AC's already popped that meta, just going to be farming here on lane. Getting harassed a little bit by Xingqiu and Zhao.
Yeah, he's going to lose that meta very soon. He popped it for the first 2 waves. You want to win the first 2 waves versus the Centaur and the Rubik. But the damage mitigation is real, coming from Xingqiu, coming from that Fate Bolt. So it's not that easy. He does have Peter Pandem there with that little Fortune Sand to help out and purge it off.
You see that pull coming out here from 33 as to be expected. A little bit of harass coming out over onto Saksa.
That's pretty much the way to deal with the Nyx lane, with the PL lane, with the Slark lane. Well, the Slark we aren't really seeing a lot, but usually that's the way we deal with these lanes that are completely... if you're a Bat and you're countered, you just creep skip and that's it. If you're anyone and you're countered, you just creep skip, and that's pretty much the only strategy you can do. Saksa pulling another creep wave all the way around.
Never just chasing after him, trying to get that denial off on the last creep, not going to be able to quite get it.
And now it's 3-3, the one that goes into that small camp. The benefit that Bat Rider has here is, even if you're a Jakiro and you're pulling, he can still go there, he can get a couple of sticky napalm there, and then just use his Firefly to farm it up. Which is exactly what he's doing right now.
You have the level 2 now on the bottom lane on the Oracle. Able to dish out a little bit of damage. I think he wants to wait for that level 3, and then he can really start to put some more pressure on that Rubik.
Yeah, he's gonna get much more damage afterwards. Like that level 2 Purifying Flames is very strong. One of the strongest nukes early on. considering it's only 2.25 seconds of a cooldown, that's like really good.
Remember when Oracle first came out and everyone was playing him mid?
Yeah, I still do.
You still do. Right. 33 just cutting off this wave, stacking up some of that sticky. We'll be able to just burn it down.
Yeah, creep skipping for Batrider is very easy, so he's just gonna get the full creep wave here. At the same time, Nike's farming under the tower. He doesn't really care, doesn't even need to ferry extra region. He's just completely able to take every single CS with that Culling Blade.
Are you concerned with the fact... So, you know, we want to be slowing down this lifestealer a little bit, right? Because eventually he is going to go for that Radiance, Midas Radiance, all that fun stuff. And, you know, he's going to be more active around the map. But are you more concerned about the fact, too, that 33 is getting quite a bit out of this lane? Because he's going to be able to come online earlier, right?
Yep. At the same time, he isn't really a hero that can pressure that Nikes a lot. And if you are EHOME, you're just free farming with that Nikes and you're waiting for the inevitable rotation of Terrorblade. That's the only question. How much is this Terrorblade? Oh,
why? Trying to run himself away. He should be all right as they'll turn right back around again over here onto Soxa. We'll be able to go use that Spike Carapace.
Ice Path.
Charges will have the Ice Path. This is going to be our first blood, Soxa. He's trying to get himself out, does have the Impale. We'll turn around. Jakiro's taking a lot of damage from these creeps, but they're not going to be able to finish him off just yet.
Yeah, Neverend, he did have Rage there to dodge the Impale, but he knows that there's stakes on the Nyx, and Soxa is most likely not going to die, so he opts not to use it, and it's good. He saves himself some mana, and he saves the cooldown as well. On the bottom lane, the Centaur is doing very well. Zhao 8 so far, 22 CS on top of the CS boards actually at the moment. And one of the reasons is this Rubik with his level 2 Fate Bolt. He mitigates the damage from Terrorblade and PPD so well.
Over in that middle lane, Guap sitting 19 and 8, 16 and 8 over on your Razor.
Yeah, this is pretty much the reason Fatal loves to play Queen of Pain. At the same time, this hero is really good versus Razor. Every time he links you, you blink out. Nothing really extraordinary happening here. Razor just a little bit behind, not really being crushed whatsoever. I'm wondering if he's gonna go for something like an Atos, as that build is really good versus Queen of Pain. Also can help them.
Rotation coming out from Fata, trying to put some damage over onto Y, and they're going to try to go for these runes. It's going to go over to Fata. Xingqiu actually going to be able to get the kill onto Peter. And they're still going to chase off. They'll be able to find a kill on the Jakiro.
They do get the kill on the Jakiro, but Xingqiu, as you said, he did get that first blood on the bottom lane, which is so good for him as that roaming position for Rubik, like getting closer to those arcanes, to the magic wand. It's going to help him out a lot. I'm just waiting to see is Ace gonna rotate around the jungle later, like in a minute or two, or if he's gonna try and go top and pressure this Nikes more.
I think I'd like to see him go top. I think I want to see a very active Terrorblade coming out, just because he is one of those heroes that's able to do it.
It could be really good for them if he gets like level 3 Metamorphosis and then starts rotating, using it for objectives. Mid lane, 430, that Carapace was not really there on time. Actually, he has no passive, so Soxa was pretty much running into him with Carapace, hoping that that passive is going to proc, but as he has no passive, it can't really happen.
Well, that's one way to avoid getting hit up with that Spike Carapace,
yeah,
for sure.
Just don't level it.
Radiant are scanning.
Jai doing a great job here, and won't be able to find themselves this regen rune. Try to hold on to it. So you can see 430's already making his way.
Queen of Pain
Fata's not going to be able to get it in time.
He could have blinked in, but then he puts himself in danger. There's Jakiro over there. They're actually going to save the bottle, give it to Rubik. He uses the regen, gives it back to Razor. Yeah, very efficient movement across the map. And right now we're going to see these two supports perhaps rotate towards the bottom lane, Jakiro and the Rubik. And now if you're Terrorblade, you don't have a choice. You have to go away from this lane, I believe, unless they rotate someone else. And Nyx is coming.
It looks like they do want to fight this. Zhao 8's getting very aggressive. There's the meta getting popped over on Ace. And they're going to be able to go in. They don't land the Impale, though. They'll have to go use the root. We'll just push back the Centaur.
Soxa instantly saying sorry, very uncharacteristic of him to miss a stun. That was as simple as that one, and Zhao 8 just made him look a little bit silly there as he just sidestepped it. Nyx, that stun, you can miss it, it happens, but...
It's the hardest stun to land in the game, although if you can line it up, already they get that lift off over on Soxa, not going to be able to follow it up with that Impale.
We see Jakiro rotating in as well. That meta is quarter about to run out, and after that, you can't fight them any longer. I believe Ace is going to have to go to the jungle after this, because even if he rotates top, now he has no meta, so he provides no pressure, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Just go into the jungle. You're a Terrorblade. You have those illusions to help you out. You're still going to farm fast enough. I would like to see why, with his Jakiro just taking 1 point in Liquid Fire and helping them out with his tower on the bottom lane. They don't really push fast enough. You have the Centaur, but he only has phase bolts at the moment.
It's a nice impale coming out from Saksa. Will slow down Xinkyu and Xiao 8.
He's just trying to buy time.
Yep. He's making space. Making space, that's for sure. Spike Carapace, but they'll be able to go. Got some more damage. The lift is up, right back on. They've got the Ice Path. He's going to be able to, again, use that impale. Saksa making all the right moves here as he's just wasting even more time. That Fade Bolt comes through, and there's the final hit coming out from Xinkyu.
He definitely did redeem himself with that stun afterwards, but overall, most importantly, what happened there is he allowed the tower to be hitting those creeps all the time, which pretty much brought them all down, and they can't push the tower any longer.
Gata is going to try to chase after the Jakiro. They'll go use the Stampede, get him out to safety, as well as Xinkyu.
Stampede helping them out over there also.
He'll still be able to go and put some more damage on the Centaur. Xiao 8, he's got to get himself away. Just a couple hits there. Sonic Wave comes through. Fata gets himself a kill.
That's a really good rotation by Fata there, getting that kill on Xiao 8. He was just dominating.
33, he's got to run himself away. He's going to use that Firefly, trying to get himself out with that vision, but Xinkyu, he's there with the Fade Bolt.
These two teams mirror each other so well. Centaur dies on one side, that offlaner at the same time, you lose 3-3 on the other. They instantly strike back. And that Midas is getting closer and closer for Never, and so far you haven't really contested him whatsoever. It's a hard hero to contest. The best that you can do is go for his objectives and just bully him out of the lane. Killing him at this point is pretty much impossible.
Instead of the Terrorblade putting pressure on the tower, it is going to be EHOME starting to hit that tier 1. As Ace is just hanging out in the jungle. Fata, though, does get stunned up.
He basically ported there just to defend. He did the Nyx thing. What Nyx was doing on the bottom lane, he wanted to do on top, and that's about it. Just get the creep wave away from the tower so that they can defend it. And he did it successfully.
33 does have the lasso up now. Looks like he's going to be going for the Boots of Travel, I believe.
It's a good build. Like Boots of Travel, drums give... It allows you to just scale well, and at the same time you can create a lot of space just rolling across the map, getting...
Oh boy, Saksa, bottom lane. Spike Carapace is going to buy him a little bit more time. He's going to try to TP himself out. Is he going to be able to do it in time? Yes! He'll run out.
Just before that, right click of Nyx, he ports out. He buys a lot of time as well, once again, but this tower should fall this time around. I believe Neverend is just going to start attacking it.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, and the bounty runes on the bottom lane have been taken by EHOME. On top lane, however, Fata and 3-3 took one apiece. We have travels almost completed on the Batrider. He's going to be able to split push to create a lot of space for his teammates. Terrorblade went for 3 raid bands and the Gloves of Haste, so just farming away. I believe that's power chest flying to him. Yeah.
So what exactly is the plan? Because like we had said earlier, having that meta allows you to put pressure on those towers early, but that's clearly not the way that they want to play this on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. So
usually,
what's the case here?
If you have a good lane with Terrorblade, if you dominate it, if you dominate that safe lane, then you can rotate.
Top lane, this is not looking good for the Rubik, as the lasso will get committed with the Firefly. They should be able to burn him down. Can Xinkyu get himself out fast enough? He had that Spike Carapace, so it bought himself a little bit more time, but the final hit comes through.
Yeah, what a player. He almost survives, steals that level 4 Carapace, uses it to get away from them, then lifts the Batrider. Sadly enough, lift does not last as long as it used to, and because of that, Batrider has an additional second to hit him.
Now, I do like what they did on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. We saw that they were able to actually get that level 6 online for this Oracle with Fata rotating around into the other lanes. So they will have the save up. You see a smoke coming through here.
They're smoking up, but the problem for them is they have little to no objective taking capabilities without that Terrorblade. Nyx did just port on top, but even with this smoke, it doesn't really matter. Like, they can't take this Nyx down. Lifestealer with that rage, it's a very difficult kill. Maybe from Vendetta with the stun. Maybe they have the burst, but it is a hard kill. However, he has no mana and he's running straight into them. He saw them.
Out Fata.
Yeah, if he sees them, then it's impossible. Yeah. I believe you have this Vendetta on Saksa, he has to initiate. If that happens, then perhaps you can take him down. But it's very difficult, and they understood it. And they understood also that if they even try, most likely what's going to happen, someone is going to port on that tier 1, save him, and then a counter kill happens. So they just abandoned that action.
They've got a sentry ward down over on the side. They'll be able to spot out Saksa as he walks right within the range. That's the Atos that just got picked up. follow up with that Ice Path. Not going to be able to connect, but we get the Vendetta now over on Q.
What a good game for Rubik. You can steal Vendetta, you can steal Carapace, you can steal Blink from Queen of Pain. Every single one of these spells is so huge. Like actually having that Blink on Rubik early on, stealing it from Queen of Pain makes your game 10 times easier. And that's one of the reasons why he's going for Atos. He's not going for Blink, he's not going for Arcane Boots, he's going for straight Atos on Rubik. Not really a conventional or standard item build.
I have to say, these items are coming out in really good time for the side of EHOME.
Yeah, they're getting there. They're getting everything they need right now to play as 4, but they still don't have that Nyx. He still has that Midas. They still have to wait for him. At the same time, it looks like NIP are completely fine with status quo. They're ready to just fight for the late game. As you can see, Terrorblade is just farming the jungle. Every single meta so far has been used by Ace in this triangle, and he's just farming away. He didn't touch a single tower so far, which is a little bit scary because they don't have any other heroes to do that, but they've decided that passiveness is the way to go for them in this particular match. Now, the problem is that Nyx, when he gets that Radiance, he's still very strong versus Terrorblade. You do have that Sunder, but you can play around that if you are EHOME.
It's one of those cases where you're really kind of waiting for your Terrorblade to get, you know, your Scotty online and all that, so that way you go bottom lane, they get the jump over onto the Nyx. He does have that Spike Carapace again. He's going to go use that Stampede, but already you're seeing the TP come out from 33. He has those boots travel. There's going to be the jump forward coming out, and they'll be able to lasso up the center. Are they going to be able to take him out fast enough? He's going to be held into place, and they will be able to take out Xiao. Do they have a stun or anything for Q? Are they going to find it? No, he's going to be out.
Didn't they have Purge? No, Purge was on cooldown as well. PPD couldn't Purge him to block that TP because it has been changed. Now you can break the TP with the Purge as well. Yeah, he gets out. A really good read by Rubik that they had no remaining stuns and he TPs in front of 4 people. That's a really good play. Centaur, however, does pay the price and he does die. And they were the ones that initiated on that Nyx Assassin. They were the ones that tried to kill him because they had that Vendetta initiation by Rubik.
It's definitely a good steal here. They can spot out Saksa here. They've got that Sentry Ward down. They've been really good about vision this entire time. Lifestealer turning around, thinking about it.
Look at all these sentries on the Dire side. They're basically planting everything everywhere just to provide enough vision so that this Nyx does not have a free time in the game. And they instantly ping him out. He's going to run straight into them. I believe he's going to pop a dust there.
Yeah, there's the dust. The Spike Carapace isn't going to save you, I don't think, here. That Atos nice and pale coming through. They've got him linked up. In comes Neverend. They'll be able to go grab themselves a rune, and they grab themselves a kill on Saksa. Yeah, double damage rune does get picked up on Fata.
Just a great read. It's always easy to read people because everyone is greedy. Everyone wants that bounty rune. And if you're a Nyx in a Vendetta, of course you're going to go for that. Also, they spotted him on that top lane, so they had a general idea where he's going to be.
The vision has just been so good coming out from EHOME. We're going to get some more mobility, too. The Centaur has just picked himself up that Blink Dagger. We're going to get a big smoke coming out with it as well.
Vision has been so good because if you click on that Jakiro, you're going to see a very sad thing. And that's
not even boots on this. Yeah. Oh, the jump forward, though, in the mid lane. Saksa, he's going to get Ice Path stunned up, and they'll get a kill over on 430.
Queen of Pain is there with double damage, but there isn't a whole lot she can do on her own. She has to be careful. There's the lift.
Yeah, there's the lift up. Ice Path doesn't quite connect, though. She's able to blink herself away.
Unfortunately, the Ice Path did not connect, and they'll have to settle with the tier 1. I believe they'll be able to take it. Batrider is there. He has the blink. Oh, he blinks in.
He's blinking forward.
He's just playing with fire.
The Atos, though, will hold him into place. Over on the side, Oracle going to get jumped on. Is he going to get taken down? He does have that false promise out. As over on the side, Fata, he's got to get himself away. He's not going to be able to. In comes Ace, though. He's going to be able to help fight. Will they find the kill? Yeah, they'll find the Centaur. And it doesn't feel like they want to chase after Neverend just yet.
Fata basically blinked in. He was hoping that Oracle is going to be able to help him out, but Oracle already used that false promise on himself, and then he had to run back, so Fata just died instantly. He blinked into the fire and just disappeared. Overall, Centaur for Fata, I think if you're EHOME, you're happy. You also took down that tier 1. You didn't really commit any big spells. You're super satisfied with how that fight ended.
If you look at the net worth right now, you can see Lifestealer at the very top there and followed by the Razor. Terrorblade still keeping up, though. Almost tied for the second place.
if you talk to if you talk to the majority of tier 1 carry players, if they want one hero to win them the game, if they want to carry the game on their own, they're always going to say that Terrorblade. They just like this hero so much, and he's really capable of winning the games alone, because you can, even if the team fights go poorly for you, you can always split push on your own. This Razor has been caught.
33 using that flaming lasso is going to try to push him back. He doesn't have any follow-up though.
There's no stampede, but just being there as Centaur, I believe that's enough to just repel them away. Rubik is around as well, and yeah, the Batrider is just gonna leave him be. That's the first rotation from Terrorblade, by the way, that I've seen. He moved towards them, he was about to fight there, but then he was like, alright, never mind, back to the...
Stampade's going to get used over on the Oracle. They'll be able to go follow up with the Impale, and he's just going to pop. Fata was thinking about going in, but the Atos is going to get used on him. And over on the back lines, that's a beautiful ice path coming through, holding them into place, and they're going to be able to find the kill onto 33. They'll go, though. Dust Up Socks is already out, though.
Atos is such a high valuable item in this game, like a high value item. You have the Atos on the Razor, also on the Rubik. This Queen of Pain has to be extra careful every second. If she blinks out of position, she's just instantly gone. Specifically because she's itemizing in such an aggressive way. She's going for that Orchid. I can't blame her, it's good. But at the same time, if one Atos clips you, you're just gone. You need that Oracle to be saving you, but at the same time, that Oracle wants to be saving the Terrorblade once he decides to fight. Because so far, Ace... he's been busy in the jungle for the last, let's say, 10 minutes, I believe.
That's true. I like how they keep trying to invade the little triangle area too. They're trying to keep tabs on this Terrorblade the whole time. Oh, Saksa again. They've got the vision. Spike Carapace is going to try to run out, but that plasma coming through. Ice Path doesn't connect, but they're still able to burn him down as Rubik took the Purifying Flames.
On the top lane, they're going to take this tier 1, so that's a small trade. They lose the tier 2 on the bottom lane, but at the same time, they're going to be taking that tier 1 on top as Fata is slowly chipping at it. See an infest actually by Zhao Wei. They might catch this swap.
They're thinking about it. There's a blink forward. The infest bomb comes out, and now it looks like Fata. Is he going to be able to survive this? Yes, he's got that blink. He's got the bottle. He's going to get himself a little bit deeper into these woods and TP out.
And they defend the tier 1, which is huge. They defend another tower. I mean, it's not the most important tower on the map, right? But at the same time, just preventing that Queen of Pain from taking an additional objective is really good for you, as you have taken that tier 2 as well. And the Radiance is completed. Radiance and 1500 gold on the Lifestealer.
So if you're Terrorblade right now, are you just going to try to dodge as many fights as possible just because you know that this Lifestealer is very, very strong?
You don't have to dodge them forever, because in 1k gold you're going to have that BKB. After that BKB has been completed, I believe you will be fighting. You can't continue dodging these fights, because right now EHOME are in the right spot. They're just accumulating their lead. 2k like a minute ago, now 4k ahead. You have to fight them at some point. You can't just let them take control of the map completely like they are doing right now.
Teams are up and running. You can see already 33. He's trying to cut this wave, buy some more time. BKB is completed now for the Razor, though.
BKB for the Razor, BKB for the Terrorblade is being shipped out by the courier as well.
BKB Gaming.
And yeah, BKB Gaming indeed. We're going to see some smokes, I believe. Now, I'm not certain which side is going to do it first. The BKB on Razor helps him out a lot as well. That BKB has been scouted out. Terrorblade is moving towards top, so his BKB should be scouted out as well.
It feels like they kind of want to take this top tower, but they're not grouped up by any means over on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. And the same thing can be said about the side of EHOME. They're about 4 together. They're trying to make some space maybe for this Lifestealer. But
the importance of this tier 1 tower on the top lane is that it allows you to farm the left side of the map and invade the dire jungle as well. And them not taking it is kind of slowing down even Terrorblade's farm, as he can't send those illusions towards that top lane.
Okay, well, they'll get the root out. Stampede comes through. Nice ice path, though, coming out from the Jakiro.
Stampede on one side. Oh, we have the Queen of Pain clean up.
Queen of Pain finds that Centaur.
I was thinking, all right, they just traded the cooldowns. The longer cooldown is obviously the Metamorphosis. It's good for EHOME, however, Fata in the right spot, blinking in, using his Sonic Wave to take down the Centaur. However, you won't have Sonic Wave, and you don't have meta for the next fight.
Yeah. You're taking a fight over on your own turf. Granted, yes, it's good. They were able to go get that Stampede. They got the Centaur, but they're not able to take an objective with this Terrorblade right now. Although they are going top, they are going to put some pressure down.
Yeah, finally, they're going to take down this tier 1. It's about time. 22 minutes in. This tower usually falls like around 10-minute mark per like latest 15. So they really took a long time to take it, and that's because this Terrorblade was just farming the jungle. And that's it.
Smoke comes out from the side of EHOME. They're going to run into Saksa again. They'll have the dust usually. Do they have it? No. Oh,
They
there it
have
is.
it.
There's the
Atos.
dust. There again, the Atos. That Spike Carapace only saves you so long, Saksa. Manages to get a nice impale off onto the Jakiro. They're going to be able to sap so much damage, and 430 gets himself another kill.
So far, so good for EHOME. That Nyx Assassin isn't really having the best game, but he's giving a lot of info. Sometimes he dies on his side of the map, and that's not really great, but overall, whenever you pop a smoke of theirs like this, or whenever you run into 4 and you die, it's alright. You gave a lot of valuable information to your team. Now that Terrorblade doesn't have to worry, he can farm, and you can rotate accordingly across the map. This Queen of Pain with Orchid is the only thing that worries me, because there's a BKB already on Razor. Manta is about to be completed on Nyx. He needs like 600 gold more, and that Orchid isn't really gonna do a whole lot. And then you don't have any defensive items, so you're gonna be punished.
Stampede's going to get used. The blink coming out from 33. He has the 4 staff, but Shinkyu going to be able to save him. They go, pull out that Firefly. He has that impale. They'll turn around, go and disarm him. Try to heal him
Hero
up.
from behind.
They're going to jump forward again over here. They're going to try to finish up 33. He wasn't able to go and use that lasso just yet, but they're going to be able to go and chase down Ace. Look at them run. They've got the Atos. Are they going to be able to find it? They're not going to be able to land the Impale, but they will be able to go take down the Oracle.
Razor was running down the Terrorblade while Nyx was running down Oracle, so they couldn't really save each other. Oracle wasn't in position to save the Terrorblade. Terrorblade had to run out, and because of that, they get an easy pickup on the Oracle and the tier 2.
EHOME's making all the right moves right now. They know that they're very, very strong. They're going to take over even more parts of this jungle, take it away from the Terrorblade, who I'm sure is not happy about this.
He is going to have that meta right now, so if you want to make a move, this should be the time. At least once Oracle respawns. You have that smoke on him, just find the pick off with the Nyx Assassin. Considering Nyx has a Radiance, you can always punish him. You can just creep up to him with Vendetta, then use the Carapace. You can instantly stun him like that and follow up with everything else.
Well,
So
bottom lane, though, looks like they found Fata. Fata is able to go blink himself out. He's going to burn down just a little bit, but he's still alive and kicking. They'll be able to go use the lasso, drag back this Jakiro, and they should be able to get this kill. Are they going to be able to? He's
Yes,
burning
Nyx.
down. They need a little bit more damage, and he's actually fine.
This was the issue. Queen of Pain, he was thinking, Fata was thinking, all right, I can jump on that Jakiro, use my Scream and kill him off, but at the same time, then Xingqiu might be there, right? And then I get Atos and killed. So am I really willing to die for a position 5? Probably not.
Yeah.
He didn't even know that Rubik went back, so he
And
didn't.
this feels bad. You just have Never-End just hitting the same creeps as you, and you can't do anything about it right now as Terrorblade.
Yeah, pretty much. You're good at objective taking with the Manta, with the BKB. You aren't really good at fighting him at the moment. Batrider on the bottom lane called by...
Bottom lane, is he going to be able to get out? They have that Atos. He's going to get impaled up, and they'll follow up Xiao 8, finding that kill.
Rinse and repeat. Zhao 8 and Rubik just playing around this bottom lane really well. However, they don't really have a lot to do here. Just take down a kill and then move away, as that tier 2 has already been taken. So usually you want to be playing around mid and top right now, specifically because there's Rosh as well. But both of these teams are pretty bad at taking Rosh. On one side you have Meta that can help you out, on the other you have this Nyx and Razor. They don't really hit that hard, not Roshan at least. Atterlance, Atos on PPD.
Yeah, there's going to be the find over here onto the Oracle. We'll be able to get that Fortune's End as they hold him into place. Shinkyu is dominating.
I love his item build, by the way. He went for Atos and Atterlance on Rubik. Has really long range. He can grab that level 15 talent for range as well, and he can fire that Atos for a really, really long way.
They've got such great spells that you can steal, like we talked about. You can get the Blink from Swap, you can get Firefly, like things that are going to be able to give you that vision.
He might have to be a little bit careful. Fata is around, and so is Nyx. But Nyx is afraid to go uphill. He's afraid to go high ground for that Rubik. And he needs to go back because they're already on that tier 2 on the mid.
This is what we're talking about, that pressure coming out from EHOME. Didn't see the Terrorblade taking those early objectives, and they're really punishing him for it. Saksa spots out the Rubik. Rubik spots out the Saksa.
They spot each other. And Nyx is fine because it's nighttime and there's just no way Rubik can see him, so he's out.
Bit of pressure being placed on that top lane.
Double damage.
Yeah.
33 just keeps trying to buy some more time, tries to cut these waves. They do have some nice wards, though, placed over on the side, so you'll be able to keep tabs on him. 430 already spots him. Again, the 4 staff comes out. They'll be able to use that plasma, the lift coming out from the Rubik, followed up with that Fortune's End. They'll get the kill.
They just
This Rubik is doing so much work.
It's the Rubik and it's the wards from Jakiro as well, right?
Yeah.
So they really understand how 33 likes to play this Pathrider. They also understand how Pathrider is played with Boots on Travel. I think that's more important. And that's why 33 is being punished. This whole thing in which you hide in the trees, then creep, skip time after time, it can only work so much. After a while, people just understand it and punish you if you try and do that.
And you can see they're making their way over here to this Terrorblade.
They are smoked up. And they see him. But this is
They've
under
got
the
the
shrine.
Infest Bomb. They're thinking about it, Xiaoyi.
Oh,
Thinks himself out. They don't want to fight over by the shrine, it looks like.
Why did he stomp the ground there?
I don't know.
Out of rage or something? All right.
Frustration, possibly.
Pretty much. They do see Oracle, they do see the Terrorblade.
Try to cut him off. Won't be able to do it.
The Ice Pad does not connect. Actually, Rubik has to port out as he's stuck on the high ground, so they're gonna bail.
They still have the Infest Bomb, though, here on the bottom lane. They're going to be able to find Fata instead, and now they're going to be able to... Nice Impale coming out. Not going to be enough, though, to save Fata, as he will get brought down. Saxa TPs himself out.
Yeah, he was very close to that BKB. Now he has to farm a little bit more to get it, and he definitely needs it. Like, that BKB is a must in this game. There are way too many ways of catching him. Like, at first you think, all right, the only guy that can really pick me off is the Rubik, before I blink at least, right? If he has a blink. But with these two Aetoses, it's much harder to play that co-op with just an Orchid. That's partly the reason why they aren't able to do any moves at the moment. I believe they're waiting for that BKB on co-op. As you see, Terrorblade has that small crit, has Dragonlance, BKB, Manta. He's ready to fight. He could fight, arguably, at the moment, but Queen of Pain cannot.
Even have an Arcane Rune up on him, too. Gotta be pretty happy for Terrorblade. And again, he's catching up, though, here in the net worth. Starting to overtake the Razor.
7k ahead on the side of EHOME, but you're still playing versus TB. And we're gonna see another invasion by EHOME onto this shrine. They feel so free doing this, though. That's very scary. They're very, very confident in their movements. Just move uphill like that.
And the rest of the side of Ninjas in Pajamas are pretty much holed up in their base, aside from the Nyx Assassin and the Quap.
This whole game, though, they've been passive, right? This whole game, they've been just spectating. They haven't really been making way too many moves. The moves that they did make were pretty much the early game laning stage even moves. After the laning stage has ended, Ace was just camping his own triangle in the woods around the shrine, and that's about it. The rest of his team was just trying to defend for the most part. And so far, they weren't really successful at that, as they lost every single outer tower.
It feels a bit odd to see Fata, you know, with this Queen of Pain who's got the Orchid and just not very active. Of course, you know, you have that Manta, so you're able to go and push off that, but...
They're gonna try and
okay,
change something.
BKB.
So BKB is done instantly. There's a smoke, and they might run into Y as he's waiting for that bounty run on the top lane. They've been so passive, I think he's gonna just die here.
No, he'll start off with the Ice Path. They'll follow
He
up,
gets the
though,
bounty.
and... like you said, there's no more Jakiro.
The only reason why he's standing like... well, there's two reasons. First and foremost, if he does break the smoke, it's fine for them. That Rider, however, is chasing Razor.
Oh, they'll get the blink forward, dragging him back with the last, but you can see the TPs come out immediately. That
Atos
BKB, the Atos comes out. Queen of Pain has her own BKB, is going to try to blink herself away. Will be able to break it. And they'll walk
Atos.
themselves out. Atos is going to get used, though, over on Terrorblade. He's got the Metamorphosis. They're going to turn back around again. And they've got that Spear Vessel charge over here onto the Centaurs. He's going to run himself out.
He's very strong.
Are they going to go back in? Yes, it's going to be never end. He's just chipping away over here at Ace. He has a Lincoln's completed as well.
They have to be careful. He has that Daedalus, like he hits so hard at the moment. So the way they approach these fights, they have to think about it.
Yeah, 33, he's thinking about it. He's got that vision.
Another Atos perhaps from XinQ. If they could force this BKB on the TB and then fall back, that could be great for them.
Feels like they want to do something, right?
They are smoking up. They definitely do. The Terrorblade meta has been used, so perhaps because of that, they want to fight instantly after it's gone. And we might see Neverend just go into... is he gonna? He's not gonna infest. Alright, so they're just gonna walk. There's the infest, actually.
All right, going to make their way over to that triangle that we keep talking about. They've got a ward over on the side. Are they going to be able to find? There's the jump forward immediately. That Infest Bomb. Nice save, though, coming out from the Oracle. Is going to allow Ace to go and TP himself out. However, it does look like the Oracle is going to get taken down instead.
He instantly pops that salve in the base to survive. And yeah, Oracle just being in the right position to save that Terrorblade. However, are they going to go into the pit? They do have the damage. They're really slow, but I believe there's no meta. there's no Oracle. You can definitely take down this Roshan without NIP even contesting you.
I don't see how they get in there right now. They just don't have the right items, the damage, or the lockdown, honestly. It is a bit of a slow rush, but it is going down.
It is a bit slow, that's definitely true. And they're thinking about even backing out. But they see the Queen of Pain on the bottom lane, and because of that, they're just gonna wait and kill it slowly, it's fine. The double damage is definitely handy as well.
Looks like they're just going to try to trade off with the tower and the Roche. They know they can't get in that pit right now, not with the meta down.
It's a good move by Fata, just taking down this tier 2. That's something at least. There's a TP from Rubik. He's infested actually. If he blinks and Atoses, he might force the BKB. But he doesn't know where Queen of Pain is, and because of that, she's going to survive and back out.
We even get a BKB over on the Centaur now.
So overall, you can see that EHOME is in the controlling spot. They're really good. They're setting the pace of the game and all of that stuff. But there's a Daedalus on Terrorblade. This guy hits so hard.
There's a jump forward, though, over on the Jakiro. They'll be able to follow it back up with Zhao 8. There's an Ice Path getting used. They should be able to take down this Nyx Assassin. And they'll even go use the Stampede, hoping they can find anything else. But already this bat is totally TP'd out.
Yeah, they're very limited in catch once that Atos has been used. So the TP from the Batrider is just very easy for him. Jakiro also survives that aggression. Good response by EHOME. At the same time, they did force them back, and that's always that's always a good play. As long as you keep on delaying the game when they have Aegis, you can fight afterwards.
MKB just gets picked up on the Terrorblade, so he's starting to get bigger.
He's big. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. There's still
boy.
a lot running at them, though. EHOME feels very strong.
He has that MKB, he has the BKB, Manta style, Daedalus, Dragonlance. Like, he's where he wants to be at the moment. He's on top, like on par with the Nikes when it comes to net worth, and he has Oracle to help him out. So
Never. I'm just getting a couple pop shots off here on this tower. I've got that Aegis. Spike Carapace coming out from Soxa. We'll be able to land the Impale. They go and they pop that Blinkens.
yeah, that's the danger of having Gradients activated right now on the side of Lifestealer.
The silence, they'll go. Try to purge back here.
They're delaying this really well. Oracle using Fate's Edict, then the stuns from Spiked Carapace. They just force them away. 3-3 meanwhile, just split pushing the bottom lane. Yeah, pretty well played.
3-3's life now is just split pushing and hoping that they don't have that ward up so that they can find him.
He just split pushes until he dies. Right now there's a Centaur there, and he does have that Nyx inside of him, so 33, he should be very careful. He shouldn't show up.
I feel like any time that you see just one of these guys TPing back and you don't see the Nyx, sorry, not the Nyx.
Nyx, yeah. You should
just back off.
You should understand that he's probably infested,
right.
So you back out.
It's that time. What is that timing? This poor Jakiro. He's got Tranquil Boots, some wards, and a wand. At least it's not a stick, right?
Oh,
Use the Stampede. They found Fata. The Atos comes out. They're going to try to get the steal. The Force Staff coming forward, though. Fata's still alive and kicking down here. Soxa, he's got the Spike Carapace. They go and they jump over here, followed up with a Macro Pyre. Can they get anything else done, though, at the side of EHOME? They're not going to be able to find it.
These Force Staffs are helping them so much. The Nyx Force Staff and then the Queen of Pain as well. Really well played, saving that Queen of Pain. Fata was really reckless there, just jumping onto that bounty rune, trying to take it, blinking in, that is.
That could have gone very badly for him, for sure.
But as Bat is there with the Force Staff, as Nyx Assassin is there as well with the Force Staff, they managed to save him, and they just back out instantly after. Satanic has been completed on that Razor, though.
It could never end. He's feeling very confident. He's just going to go use that Rage, walk right into the base, use the open wounds over onto Soxa. Fata gets forced forward a little bit, but still be able to move himself away. It's very slow siege. He'll send up those Manta Illusions. There's the jump forward, though, coming out from Zhao 8. Just going to force back this Quap again.
Yeah, they still have a minute and a half of that Aegis, so they want to use it. They want to take down these Raxes.
They're just going to be able to do it. They're not sure how to get into this fight. They're getting into position. Open wounds going to be used again. There's going to be the meta going through, and they'll go and use that Stampede. They want to run themselves out, but they've got the BKB. The pull back in coming out from Batriders. They're going to be able to take down the center, burn him down. He is out of here. And AC's still going to try to give chase over here onto Never. They go. They pop that Lotus. They're going to be able to chase them down. That Spirit Vessel slowing them. They've got the reflection. Aegis will go down.
He does have Rage after he respawns.
They're going to be able to use it, though. The Ice Path coming through. He's got that BKB again over on 430s. He's going to push everyone. They've got the Atos again over here onto Soxa. Soxa going to get taken out. The rest of the team, they buy back
Beautiful.
over on this Nyx Assassin, but Fata, he's a little bit too far back. Are they going to be able to find this kill? They've got that stun up. They'll be able to take him down.
Rubik, what an amazing play there, just knowing exactly where Fata is going to go, blinks in, catches him out, then the rest of his teammates just go in and help him. Terrorblade, yeah, you're really strong with that meta, but the rest of your team, they have to, if they are separated, if they're fighting somewhere else, like you can't help out, you just don't have any mobility on the side of NIP. They need to bring these targets towards Terrorblade. They can't be fighting on multiple sides, because that way they're definitely going to lose. They're still 10k behind.
Go right back in again. There is no meta available. The BKB is going to be up in a little bit, but you don't really know how to get in there. Rage comes out for Never End. Seem happy with this. They'll be able to walk themselves back. No, they're sticking around a little bit.
Yeah, Queen of Pain is still dead for 30 seconds. And perhaps you can even go for this tier 3 mid.
That's what they're going to do against Spike Carapace. We'll pop that Lincoln. So it's going to be the lift off over here, thrown right back into that ice path. AC doesn't know what to do. He wants to get in there. They'll get the false promise off, and now Terrorblade has to run himself away.
Queen of Pain is up in 15. She does not want to use that buyback.
Does not. There's going to be the lasso, though, as they drag back this Life Stealer. And there's going to be the steal, though, coming up from Rubik. He's going to drag that bat right back. Still going to be able to take down Never End. And now they've got that BKB. Are they going to be able to find anything else? EHOME trying to run themselves away. They've got the Atos over on Bat. He's not going to be able to help with this chase as they're still going in. Look at that jump, though, coming out from the center. Beautiful ice path. They're turning this around. The Sonic Wave continues on the back lines. We'll be able to take down the Rubik. The 4-step up to the high ground, though.
We were talking the whole time about the Nikes and how much.
Buybacks.
Do they really want to push more? That's the question. Why is he buying back if they don't? Like, they're going to go back. He could have waited, but it seems like they want to push. Yeah, because all the time we're talking about this Nikes and how strong he is, but look at this Razor. He has SMY, Satanic, Atos. Like, he hits just as hard. Like,
and look at them. They're just going right on in. There's no Terrorblade to worry about. There's no Bat Rider. Just
and there's the lift, there's the Atos.
The lift, throw back, right there. They've got that link up. The silence is going to get used, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to just burn down Saksa.
That Razor now has plus 239 damage.
He's hitting like a truck.
Exactly, and he's going to take these Raxes and perhaps even the bottom ones.
Already, you can see Shao 8, he's moved down. He's going to be tanking up this tower as EHOME just keeps demolishing buildings here in the Radiant space.
Terrorblade still dead for 30, no buyback on him. There's a buyback on Queen of Pain. Perhaps you can jump in, buy some time, then buy back, but...
Doesn't seem like Fata wants to do it, though.
Exactly, he doesn't. And because of that, he's going to lose another set of Raxes, maybe even mid. They can go for ranged Raxes after this.
This is so early, yeah. Why? Yeah. He burns down those trees, wants to make sure that nobody's creeping over there. There's no Bat Rider. He does have the lasso. And this Terrorblade's going to be up in about 6 seconds.
Yeah, but you go for this. You go for Megas. For sure, you go for this ranged Rax.
That's a really cute Orchid Queen of Pain, but you're not going to be able to do anything with it. Again, they go. They pop those BKBs. They've got the Stampede, and they try to take down Fata, but they'll be able to go get a drag back over onto the Centaur. And now it looks like 430. He's taking so much damage. He's going to get chipped away by Ace, but he's able to run himself out. This Centaur still Zhao 8 alive and kicking. Will get picked back. Are they going to be able to finish him off? They've got so much damage. He is out of here.
Everyone gets out alive. Silver lining for NIP is the fact that they still have one range Rax on that mid lane, still alive and kicking. But EHOME, man, they took 3 sides.
Like, it's not looking very healthy at all, though.
Yeah, their base is missing some buildings for sure.
All right, this is the time. If Ace is going to be able to carry this game, he's got to get moving on this.
Yeah, this is the time, but he's not going to have meta. And that's instantly the time for EHOME as well to strike once again. As you can see, they're already gathered up. I believe this is going to be a smoke. They understand. He doesn't have a meta. Let's just smoke up. Let's go in.
We're really strong right now, right? That's what the EHOME's thinking. They keep jumping on the Centaur, too, and he's just so tanky.
He's like the worst target, the worst possible target to jump on and catch, but they haven't found like the right angles to engage the fights. Like, they're just positioned so well on the side of EHOME that he's the only one.
Gonna just march right down here into mid, hoping that they'll be able to catch someone out. And see Never End leading
They're
the
just
charge.
going for axes.
They just go right on in. There's the Lotus Orb, the BKB coming out from Fata as he's gonna try to put out some damage, but he's not gonna be able to do that much. Again, Never End walks himself back, 430. He's got that Eye of the Storm up.
Yeah, he has the BKB ready and available. He's gonna go for the Raxes.
Get a nice disarm off on him. Not going to be able to do it quite yet. They'll go get the root into place. And they're just go right back in again. That should be those Megas as they take them down. The Sonic Wave comes out with the BKB. They'll be able to go get that heal off over onto Ace. Keep him alive a little bit longer. Fata's just getting chipped down. He's going to be able to make it out alive. As the rest of the side of EHOME, they're just going to chase after them. They really want to get this kill on the Oracle over on the back line. They'll be able to go throw out the Atos onto Saksa. And they're going to turn their attention now back to these buildings. as they're just going to chip away at them. There is no Batrider for 37 seconds. There's the Atos again as Neverend. He wants to try to finish off this Nyx assassin. Nice ice path coming through. The Lotus being thrown out again. Are they going to be able to take him down? They'll be able to take down Saxa, and they're just going to go for these buildings over here, Lizard. They're going to try to finish this up, and look at them. They're just
not
going
only going to
down.
try, they're going to do it.
They're going for that throne. Vata can't do anything. He's got to run himself out. Ace just can't figure out what to do. How do you defend your base right now?
He needs to wait. He still
needs
does
to
not
wait,
have the
but
meta.
He's not going to be able to do it. They're just focusing on the objective. This is going to be EHOME's game. We're going to get a tie-up, I think, Lizard, as they go. The Atos, there's the Sonic Wave. They're still trying to fight it. They're still
There's
trying
the
to get off the
Metamorphosis.
board, but it doesn't matter because this building is going down. EHOME tying it.